Hi, I'm Sacha Sadan, and I've been doing ESG for quite a long time. I really think that being an investor for over 20 years, this is not new. And I think ESG has become a new topic, but actually it is not new in the slightest. There are so many parts of ESG that have been around for many, many years. I really think it's called investments and responsible investments, and I will give you some examples. So as an investor for a very long time, I've been thinking about this as a lot of this as common sense if you're running a business or you're running people's money on their behalf as investments. And that means it's linked to good long-term business practices. Let's give some examples. It's always good to have positive health and safety for your employees. Your customers will return to your business and buy more products if you treat them well, give them a good service. If you train and empower your own workforce, then they come back, they stay with you, and you have a much better productivity. This is good news, and this is part of ESG, but this has been going on for many, many years in good businesses. I've realized investors and asset owners are good and make a difference. And that's why I was an investor and an asset owner, because it is about trying to make a difference, not just on one company or one fund, but about the market in general. And that's why I spent my time trying to look at the topics and themes such as diversity, inequality, good governance, protection of minority investors, strategies that are there for all, which are important. And the new one that is very important, climate reduction strategies, because if we need to solve a big problem like climate, we need the entire market, debt, equity, property, to all be involved in this. Otherwise, we cannot succeed. So 3 months ago, I moved from an asset owner and an asset manager to become the regulator of Financial Conduct Authority on ESG, because this was the next stage to trying to improve markets for all. I recently found that the market was starting to get changed on many issues on ESG. And as you know, in Taiwan and other places, everyone is talking, whether it's new products, greenwashing of firms and corporates, and therefore the regulator needs to be getting involved and put some minimum rules in place to make sure that that's going to be safe for end customers. This is about savers, pensioners, and end investors at the end of the day. This is so important, and everyone is starting to be involved in this, that this can't be done on a local level. So it's very important that I start talking about working with other regulators, but also globally with other investors, credit rating agencies, all sorts of people, because we need to try and have common standards. And I think that is something that we're starting to have some success with. But it really is one of my aims, is not to come up with clever things just for the UK, but to work with like-minded regulators, investors, all sorts of investment chain professionals to try and come up with consistent standards, such as the TCFD standard, which has become a global standard for all rather than having individual differences. So recently we had a regulatory tech sprint where we looked at a problem of greenwashing on fund management, and we had 39 regulators attend this, all thinking of the same issues and trying to come up with some solutions, and we have got some good ideas on that. We've seen that you have published recently rules on disclosure for ESG funds, again, for exactly the same reasons. And we have done things similar in the UK on a Dear Chair letter, where we've been looking at how we can think about what works. And we went back and said there were very poor standards on some of the funds that were coming to be authorised by the Financial Conduct Authority. So we listed not the names, but we listed some of the principles that we want to see. And we have gone further now, and we're now going to be put out a label for all investment products, and that paper is out for discussion today. It came out 2 weeks ago, and it will be looking at labeling for all funds, not just ESG funds, because we need minimum rules. Otherwise the market will go and exaggerate the claims, and that isn't good for end clients, end investors. We want consistent disclosures at fund level, but we also want disclosures on firm level, because we feel that we would like to see the firm commitments seen as well as what they're doing on one individual fund. So to conclude, ESG is not just about climate, it's not ethics, it's about all gamut of responsible investing, including things such as looking after your employees, diversity, inequality, good governance, board practices, good audit, and it is about protecting minority interests. And my view is, as a regulator, we want to protect, align, and maximise clients' investments. Thank you very much.